Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session on forecasting room availability. I know forecasting is a topic which we don't want to quickly study or we shy away from, but let's try to make it simple and relatable. My name is Samir Divanji, and let's immediately deep dive into forecasting. So we're going to look at concept of forecasting, what it is, uh, useful forecasting data, room availability forecast. It's a series. There's definitely a part two, and if I have enough data, I may go into part three. I don't want to cram too much into one video. All right. Now, basic term forecast. We all know, we all keep hearing about it, reading about it in the newspapers. Forecast, weather forecast. All right. Sometimes quite dubious, right? When they say it will rain, you know most definitely it's going to be a sunny day. All right. But jokes apart, like weather department or the IMD, they project weather on various past data, various trends, and various conditions in and around, right from a low pressure belt in the ocean, right? They have some points on which the forecast is made. Similarly, economic forecast. We read about how India's GDP is going to be growing at this rate, all right? Or this is the growth percentage of India. So we have various forecasts that we see all the time about weather or economy, yeah. And I'm not talking about the forecast that you go to a street fellow and a parrot picks up a card and that's your future. Or you graze into the crystal ball, really. All right. This is solid data based forecast. So basically, forecast, we can say it's a prediction, it's planning, it's projection. All right. Let's quickly imagine that you're starting your restaurant. All right. So for that, you obviously need a lot of planning. Obviously, you are hotel management students, most of you. So you know the kind of technical planning. All right. How many covers and the menu card designing, the kitchen layout, the service style, your SOPs, your staffing, etc. Now let's just focus on the forecast. Now, what do I mean here? Imagine that uh, in your you have to make a forecast of sales for your restaurant because the project report that you're making or the finance person who's financing your restaurant needs data, obviously. You can't say, let's open and see what happens. Yes, of course, we'll do that, but you also need to have some projections. So, how much revenue do you think you will earn per day? How much is the sales that you're projecting per day to start with? In the first week of operations, in the first month of operations, in the second month, third month, so on and so forth. So you will obviously start looking at data. What is the data you'll look here? For instance, for your restaurant, if it's a cafe, if it's a casual cafe, you will look at straight away, I would say, the number of colleges in the vicinity, the number of students in each college, and you have that data. Then, if you're also going to target the families, then the housing societies and the families for takeaways and deliveries. All right. Otherwise, the student population, as I told you. Then you will look at the competition, the restaurants with similar concepts in your vicinity. What are they doing on an average? You can observe for a few hours, peak hours, and know how much money they are making. All right. So, how much are they making? What is their sales like? What are their peak periods? What is their USP? So, you have to have data and then you can have projections. Of course, the projections can go wrong, but this is, in a nutshell, forecasting. All right. So, forecast is a studied prediction of the future. All right, it's not crystal ball gazing. It is not a parrot picking a card. It is a studied prediction of the future. All right, it plays an important role in short-term planning. It means to say with the help of information what is happening, what is going to happen in the future. It is based on precise analysis rather than guesswork. So it's not guesswork. You know for sure there are 15 colleges with so many students each. This is the kind of footfall I'm expecting. These are the families who will, this percentage out of the families will come for parcels, takeaways, or home deliveries. This is the data than guesswork. So, forecasting is the process of making predictions of the future based on past and present data, and most commonly by analysis of trends. Very important here, data, data, data. All right. So, past and present data, and most commonly by analysis of trends. Now, hotels also they forecast. If it's a running hotel, they have past data, they have present data, and of course trends, market trends, economic trends, city trends, tourism trends. But for a new hotel they have to rely a lot, like I told you for the restaurant, on a lot of other factors including competition and where they position themselves, what is their target clientele, etc. All right, now I've done a few videos on revenue management. Maybe you would like to look at them, but forecasting is very, very closely linked to revenue management. You must know what is revenue management, what are the techniques, and various high demand tactics, low demand tactics, because forecasting is just to give you a very, very sound planning so that you know what to expect, how to plan accordingly. And revenue management is also maximizing revenues. So if you forecast or project a particular week or day or month to be low, obviously you kick in revenue management and vice versa. Right? So validates or dates which you're not very sure of, but we'll come to that in the benefits, of course. So let's look at benefits of forecasting now that we understand what is the basic concept of forecasting. The reservation forecast will provide necessary data to the reservations manager to practice yield management. Yeah, as I said, yield management or revenue management is it's very important as per the projections, as per the forecasts. The revenue manager will kick in the techniques or the tactics, what is suitable for us at this point. The hotel will be able to take selective overbooking. You know what you're projecting, what is your projection, you know your forecast. So based on that, you will also overbook selectively. All right. You all know overbooking. We book more rooms than those available to offset revenue losses. Forecast data provides information about lean days when occupancies are low. All right. I remember a general manager calling up the sales team for those validates. We used to call them validates, lean days, when you've projected business to be really low. Your reservation calls haven't picked up. Your room RPD, rooms per day, is looking quite bad. These validates you flash across everyone and every channel. So we had a sales team, we had a local, of course, sales team, we had a national sales team also. So being a chain of hotels, it's beneficial in a way where you tell the entire country, that chain, the people, that listen, these are our validates, please try to get me a group booking, or please float something where I'll fill that date up. All right, it's very important, and believe you me, if you plan well, it happens. All right, so lean days or valley days, you can really try to up your business, attract business from unexpected quarters also. Like if you get a group booking, you're sorted, for a valley date. So you try to get that business, you attract that business. The forecast data will also reveal sold out dates, which will ensure that we do not accept reservations. So you know your forecast is very high. You've projected high occupancies for these days. So you know I will not take too many extra bookings now. Let me keep these enquiries into wait list or into a tentative booking and not confirm bookings, because this is what my forecast looks like. It helps the revenue manager reservations to project future volume of business. All right, we need to know what's going to be our cash flow. We need to know how we are going to perform, because you have so many things based on that. You have some renovations or refurbishments planned based on that. So there are a lot of things that you need to work on. If you know what's going to be the approximate, of course it's a projection, but it's definitely closer to the actual. It eventually pans out like that. All right, volume of business, or sorry, reservations will help the front office manager and the management of the hotel to plan the following. So when you know your projections, you can plan so much. Staff requirement in each department. All right, you have your staff, but you are falling short by a few. So you know, I don't need to recruit now because the next 3 months are quite projected to be low. It's not season time. It's sort of shoulder period, not valley, not very lean, but not peak as well. So it's shoulder period, say. Also, we have the annual leave calendar, right? So I, for instance, was entitled to 30 days of leave in a year. So I had to plan my leave in such a way that the department doesn't suffer. So if you have 15 or 20 people in the front office, you need to plan leaves for everyone. And that happens when you know your forecasting or your projections. All right. All right. I can send so and so in this month. I think this month we should try to send 5 people and we'll manage because the occupancies are really low. All right. So you get the leaves out of the way. So the staff is also happy that they've had their annual holiday. And you also are sure that when you have big business coming up, you have your full strength. Minimum inventory of items. Yeah. You also need to plan your inventory according to the forecast. Allocation of resources to serve guests in the best possible way. Again, here resources primarily means, of course, the human resources. So the staffing, of course, it means inventory. It also means you have to know that what to do when. So you cannot take your gym for renovation, or you can't close your swimming pool for some other activity during peak period. So you know what to allocate when, you know which staff can be also doing double uh, responsibility or dual responsibility duty or multitasking, etc. So you allocate well. Maintenance and replacement requirements. Yeah. So all this you can decide: furniture, fixtures, slight renovations, refurbishments, when you know that you're not going to turn away guests because you're renovating. All right. And then, of course, special arrangements to be made for arrival of groups, commercial important persons, and VIPs. So, all these are the benefits of forecasting. I hope the basic concept of forecasting is clear. I hope that you find it simple and relatable. These are my 2 words that I'm aiming at when we do a topic like forecasting, so that you understand the basic and we move on smoothly. We are not doing too many complicated forecasting methods which involve statistics or big regression analysis and all that, but we are understanding the basics of forecasting. So there's a little quiz at the end, and you'll find the quiz link in the description. Please take that, and hope to see you in the next video of forecasting to further our knowledge. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. And thank you for your commitment to be an excellent hotelier.